What's up, Froflings? Unfortunately, the weather is absolutely terrible. Why? It's really pretty out, but it seemed like 1 or 2 courses I just thawed last night, and then we get 5 or 6 inches of snow, so I might not be reviewing this for 4 or 5 more days, unfortunately. But today, I'm going to be taking a look at this big old box that Prodigy sent me out. I reached out to Prodigy because they seem to have been doing a decent amount of stuff with creators recently, and I had some general ideas, because one, I wanted to see kind of what Will Schusterick is doing with the company and the direction he's taking it. It seems to be a little more creator heavy, or at least like creator knowledgeable, because I had worked with some Prodigy stuff before, and now it seems like a lot of disc golf companies are realizing the value in social media, and so they're putting a lot of like stuff towards that, just because it's like almost guaranteed. Eyeballs are more guaranteed, so I'm pretty happy about that, obviously. But I had a couple very specific video ideas that I reached out to him for. One of which is not going to be in here. A couple people I've seen videos posted about how like, oh, Will Schusterick sent me all these discs, and so I wanted to like personally reach out and be like, hey, like, I want you to put together like 5 to 10 discs for me to go and play with that like you think are the gems in Prodigy's lineup, and see how they are. And then just a bunch of new plastics and stuff. I have some mystery boxes in here, I believe, and what I want to do with that is, I think there's 3 mystery boxes in here. I want to give different mystery boxes to different people, and we all have to play out of the mystery boxes for an 18-hole battle video. That'll be a lot of fun, because I think they're different values or different types of mystery boxes. And then I don't really know what else is in here. So, okay, it looks like the mystery boxes are coming later. This is just a bunch of Prodigy discs. So, I'll start from back to front. There might be some mystery boxes in here. Let me see if there's a note. Oh, there is. Okay. So this is actually just 3 mystery boxes. There's a 25 disc mystery box. So my whole video idea, I think, is scrapped. And then a couple other ones. A 5 disc misprint and seconds mystery box. A 25 disc mystery box. A 10 disc mystery box. And that's what we got in here. So, this just became a little different. I was expecting some smaller mystery boxes, but apparently Prodigy has like a $200 25 disc mystery box. So we're just going to go through all these mystery boxes. Oh my gosh, my hair. First, let's take a look at the 5 disc mystery box. Right here. 5 disc misprints and seconds. Starting from the bottom, I'm going to see if I can guess these discs just like we normally do. I doubt it though. I don't know a lot of Prodigy. I have no idea. Is M series something? Okay, M4. I've heard this disc is super good. This is 179 gram, and just for starters, I know a bunch of questions. There's literally 0 flashing on this. I'll let you know if there is on any of them. This is in the 500 ultra soft plastic. So very soft mid-range. They call this 5.5 -1.1. Looks, I don't know if it's going to be Buzz-esque or Buzz-esque, but some sort of straight mid-range. I've heard this and the PA3 are so the best discs in all of Prodigy's lineup, so I'm really excited to actually throw an M4 because I never have before. I've actually been putting with PA3s, and I do actually think I'm going to be putting with those for the season. I think there were supposed to be a couple in here that were Ohio State PA3s, just because I'm an Ohio State fan. My parents met at an Ohio State football game, so I feel like I have to. My sister went to Ohio State. The only reason I didn't go is they offered me some scholarship, and then Liberty University offered me a full scholarship, so I went to Liberty because I didn't have to pay for college, so that was nice. But yeah, PA3s I think I'm going to be putting with, so I hope to get a couple misprints or whatever in here. Most of these look like premium discs, though. So that's going to make putting pretty interesting. But the M4 is the first. We're not going to guess all these. I just want to give my thoughts, I guess. 146 gram F9. So sick. Yeah, this looks like a really cool plastic, too. I'm going to open up this window in front of me so that you can see some light. I'm going to be honest. I hope Prodigy makes a comeback. I feel like, for me, this is the year of, like, the OGs. Like, in my bag, I have some old discs that not old discs, but like just classics that I'm like, I think I'm probably going to throw these. Like, there's nothing wrong with a PA3 putter, also throwing a PA3 probably. And then like Buzz, Firebird, Destroyer, or Emperor, because I'm on Infinite and it's basically the same thing. But I'm excited to see like what can happen with Prodigy and see if they can, if their brand can be like salvaged a bit or brought back by Will Schusterick, because it does seem to be in like a downturn, but they seem to be making some of the right moves, signing Gavin Rathbun and signing, who else did they sign? Hebenheimer. That is awesome. Okay, another great disc, or another good feeling disc. All of these discs have felt really good so far, And of course, like they're sending them to me. They're gonna make sure they send me good stuff. But I don't know what this is. This is a true mystery box. I like the little Prodigy ring on there. It feels like maybe a feedback, like a straight 9-speed. And then, no way! The Grim Rip It. These are so cute. I remember these coming out. This is supposed to be on a PA5, but it is not. It is actually on a D1, which is their overstable driver. It doesn't feel crazy overstable. It feels actually pretty comfy in the hands. I do feel a little bit of a rim down here, but that is something that I feel on almost every new disc that I feel come out of the box from literally every company has this. Except MVP doesn't have it because they don't have that there, but I felt some other weird things from MVP before, especially around the rim. Like I have a Defy that feels like it's got a little flashing. Every company is going to have some problems with it, but of course you make your reputation people are going to be a little overly speculative or skeptical when it does come out. But yeah, this doesn't feel anything abnormal. The plastic looks really good, and I don't know if this is a reblend D2 or what, but it seems similar to the reblend plastic that I've seen coming out. This actually is very good. And then this is a PX3. Ooh, first run PX3. This is something that Aiden Scott, who just won one of the Tour Down Under events, has been putting with. His putter was the Fractal PX3. That was his signature disc last year. And so this is a pretty beaded overstable putter. I reviewed these as well as the PA1 and another overstable putter from Prodigy when they came out with it. This is in the 300 plastic, and this will likely have to be the putter for the day for this mystery box. But I mean, this is pretty solid. PX3, M4, F9, feedback maybe? Literally, I have no idea. And D1. I'm also glad I keep boxes sometimes because I have to rebox these for the mystery boxes. Next up is the 10-disc mystery box, and it's going to get started with the P Model S, which is a disc in their Ace line, which I think is made from China, maybe from like the same people who make Yikun discs. But this is in the premium ProFlex plastic. It feels good. Ezra Robinson actually was throwing and putting some of like the Ace line when I was playing with him when he was on Prodigy. A small bead 3502, interesting numbers. It feels a little deep and has a tiny micro bead, so probably just a thrower, especially because we have a P Model US, P Model understable versus straight 3.5 -1.1, and this actually feels really good. I think this might have been what he was putting with, or maybe it was the S, but whoever's in this box will probably be putting with this bad boy because this actually feels really good. Surprisingly good. Duraflex plastic. Understable putt approach. It looks like it's just going to be straight though. It just looks like that disc but without a bead. Next, distortion, which is Kevin Jones' kind of zone style disc when he was with them. They made the distortion, the reverb, and the feedback, which is I think the purple disc that I had in there. And those were all like based off of like obviously DJ or music sounds. And so distortion being one of those. This is a little bit flatter. I had a puddle top one before. So that's pretty interesting to add the distortion here. That it's like flat to domey, but it feels good. Feels solid. Ooh, D1. Oh, Gannon-Burr, D1. 2021 Rookie of the Year. Is there a little chalkiness on this bad boy? No, I don't really. Maybe a little bit. There's something that Prodigy plastic has sometimes where there's a little chalkiness that like is oils or something separating from the plastic, which apparently a lot of discs can do that over time, but I've noticed it mostly on Prodigy stuff. It just feels, the plastic does feel a little bit interesting. This is obviously a much older D1 than the newer stuff because it's for the 2021 PDGA Rookie of the Year. Probably didn't sell too many of these, the 400 D1. Yeah, my hands are a little sensitive, so they feel like a little bit interesting with that, but it's not the worst. Like I would still be comfortable throwing this. I probably just wouldn't bag it. And there's some discs that I picked up that I'm like, I'm never going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So this I think is going to be pretty overstable because the naming system, D for driver, 1 is going to be the most overstable, 5 the least overstable. Some of them go to like 9, like the F9 that I got. And then they have obviously the other lines, like the Ace line, which has some different discs. And then the next one, the Reverb, is the other Kevin Jones disc. This one is in the Signature 500 plastic, it looks like. 13503.5, so a little faster than the D1, I believe. I think the D1 is a 12-speed. And this, I think, is kind of a stable bomber, if I remember correctly. Everything new is going to be a little different, but I think it's supposed to be like rip over on a little Anheuser and just glide for days. Made for Kevin Jones. I think Kale was still throwing this when I was watching some tournaments in Puerto Rico. Another driver. A lot of drivers in this one. This is the D3. I've heard a lot of good things about this. This is the 500 D3 PDG Rookie of the Year for Luke Humphreys. 13.6 -22. So this one is probably going to be Like, it's probably going to go D3, then reverb, then D1 in terms of stability for whoever has this box. Wow, this actually feels pretty good, this 500 plastic. So, the disc also feels really good. And I've not felt a single thing of flashing on any of these discs so far, which I don't know if that is because I'm a creator that they're sending these out to, or if it's just because they've fixed that issue. I know Gannon cited it, but that was 2 years ago, and obviously a lot can change in a year. So we'll see. Next, H3V2 Air. 11.5 -1.2. The Air is their lightweight, so this is 164 grams. Whoa, that's an interesting looking disc. Look at that. That's kind of like a triangle and very flat on the top, so I bet that makes it pretty good for like a straight to turn forehand. It's a little gummy actually in this Air plastic, and this is the first one that does have like similar to exactly what I was talking about with what I felt on the MVP driver, just a little bit of an edge, but everything I've felt so far from these companies, and including like the MVP thing and most other, the MVP one is a little more flashing actually even than this, but it just like rubs out when you throw it 5 times, just because discs wear in a little bit as is. But this feels good. I imagine this is gonna be sick on a forehand. And H3V2 at these numbers, 11.5 -1.2, it feels more like a 10.5 to 11 speed rather than the Grace where it feels like an 11 to an 11.5 to 12 speed. So it feels like it's going to be slower than like the Wraith style disc, but more of a control driver. And I think the H series is hybrid driver, and so the H3, kind of their straight one, version 2. So I think that's how you do it. Oh, H4V2. Another hybrid driver. This one actually says hybrid driver, and this is in the 500 plastic, and it's 172 grams, 10.5 -2 1.5. Another one that's got that kind of interesting triangular-ish wing shape. I know I'm blue on blue, so that's not super helpful, but this feels pretty good. Whoever's gonna have this is they sent a lot of goodies. Holy cow! This is sick. There is no putting putter in this one though, so whoever's putting with this probably just I'll bring a PA3 for them to putt with, or they can putt with their own putters, but. Yeah, this is sick. This is kind of bad because I kind of want to throw all of them. Maybe I give people the option of what they want to throw, you know? And maybe with one trade, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how I structure this video, but I'm excited to make it. I'm going to be making a lot more videos in that style, hopefully soon, where it's a lot more challengey and a lot more multiple people get different things and you just play 18 holes and you just mess around and have a lot of fun. And maybe there's something on the line, maybe not, but I'm going to be trying to do a lot more challenges this year or just like fun rounds with other people. And so let me know who you want to see on the channel because I can probably get them on. But H4V2 also feels good. Well, it just feel better than I thought. And then this is a disc that I reviewed when it came out, and it's a 6-speed. The Prodigy Strider. This was in Kale Visca's lineup. He has the Strider, he had the Shadowfax, anything that has this kind of airborne logo on it, which I do not see anywhere. Maybe that came after this, but Kale Visca, his brand is airborne. Now he's brought that over to Discraft because he switched, but this is kind of like an interesting hybrid mid-range fairway, where it's definitely more mid-rangey, but a little wider. And so it's an interesting disc. It's a little deep, and it's just kind of straight stable. So like I could throw it on Anheuser, get it to pan back to flat, but it's not really going to fight out. So I'm excited to throw this again and just kind of see how it is. 180 grams. And then the last one is a disc that a lot of people have said is so good when it came out. It's the Prodigy MX1, 5204, 500 plastic. Yeah, this feels like a slightly deeper, slightly smaller Ultra. It feels, wow, this feels like a hybrid approach mid-range. It's a little smaller diameter feeling, which is actually makes it extremely comfortable for me because it feels small. And if it's as overstable as I think it is, like this might be what I want the Swarm to be personally, because the Swarm to me flies crazy overstable but is a little wider diameter. If this flies anything like a Swarm, I might have to think about this for making a rotation in the bag, because just based on the feel alone, this feels really good. All right, 10 disc mystery box right there. Now, the 25 disc mystery box. And now that I've felt enough of these, what I'm going to try to do is guess which series they are from. If I can guess the exact disc, I get 2 points. If I can guess the series, I get 1 point. I have 25 discs. My goal is 25 points. So, yeah. Oh, exact disc and plastic, 3 points. That's the way I'm doing this. And that's going to be fun. All right. This is the 5 disc mystery box. The 10 disc mystery box. I don't need to get some actual boxes for them. I do think I already saw this as an M4, so this one doesn't count. So another 400 Ultra Soft M4. I hope there's just a normal M4 in there, because I really want to try to throw it, because it does feel good. And this is like one of those classic discs where everyone on Prodigy would throw this, PI3s, A2s, and like Those are like the main guys. FX2s, but that's really because they didn't really have a Firebird replacement. And so now, 1 point for the class of disc, PA, PX, M, whatever. 2 for getting it right, and 3 for getting it right with the plastic. Number 1. Beaded mid-range. So I have to go. Ooh, do I go M series or MX? MX3 maybe in the 500 plastic. Oh! No way. It felt like it was beaded, so maybe that made it an X. And then it it felt not as beefy as the MX1. And then I thought, wow, 3 points off the bat. Pretty happy with that. Number 2. Okay. This one also has a mid-range. Okay, it feels, I don't even know if they make MX5s, but it's a beaded mid. Maybe it's maybe it's just like an M1. Ooh, M3. Okay. Still mid-range. 5.5, -1.2. Okay, it's not quite beaded, but it's like a little bead, so interesting. All right, 750 plastic. Didn't even guess the plastic. I wasn't even confident in my other guesses. Next, okay, this one is a beaded. This is MX1. In 500 plastic again. Another 3 points. 6 points total so far. Okay, sick. This is a good mid-range lineup. Straight, slightly overstable. Probably in between those two, and then beefy boy. Yeah. Dude, this does feel good. It's so small diameter for me. And like you could tell. So they're both on my hands, and you could tell that blue one is definitely like showing through that MX1. That is awesome. All right. Fairway. Feels like triangular, so I'm going to guess the H series. This one does have a little more flashing than the other ones that I felt. Similar. Ooh, maybe that means it's the H4, like I felt over there. Similar. H4V2. Let's go. I should have guessed the plastic. 500 plastic. 500 is good. It feels like the kind of, it's similar to like a shimmery star plastic kind of. The 400 plastic is kind of like a champ style plastic. And then 750 is like that actually, I think. Yeah, that's what 750 is. What's 400 like? I don't know. 400 is maybe in between them. All right, 6, 7, 8 points because I got the exact disc. Okay, this is another H series. More of a stable, maybe? Alright, that feels like cheating. H3V2, I would guess. Boom. Okay. And now I gotta be guessing the plastic. Okay, this is 400. So this one's actually star, and this one's like a lustery, is what I would say. Because this is definitely more of a star plastic feel. And this is definitely more of a luster plastic feel, the 500. Okay, interesting. That's all basically Innovo plastics. 10 points, so I'm getting there to my 25. Oh, I don't know on this. We have not gotten any F-Series disc yet, which is the fairway driver. This feels pretty domey, though. So I'm going to guess F7. I don't think it's as understable as F9. But F5 I've thrown before with Ezra Robinson, and that's a little straighter, so... Oh, H7! Dang it! I have thrown the H7 before. I should have guessed that. All right, 0 points on that one, so I'm still at 10. But this is Isaac loved rolling this disc. That's what he rolled in our roller video. And I'd thrown it before, and it's a bomber for, it's 9.5 -4.1. 500 plastic, so it feels good, man. Wow. These all, I've been sleeping on these, I guess. I don't know. They feel good. Okay, this one feels interesting. I'm going to guess this is a D model. No, maybe an F model? OS? It is the worst feeling disc I picked up all day today so far. It's a little sharp on the bottom, and just the feel of it feels a little more concave and like a slightly cheaper quality plastic, so they probably sell it for cheaper, so I'm going to guess this is an F model. Interesting. No. FX2. I'm kind of surprised by that. That makes sense with the overstability. Maybe it's just the older one because it feels a little chalky around the rim, but yeah, I expected this to be not that. Well, FX2 is a newer one, though. Yeah, this is kind of like the Firebird replacement, which I guess feels like that. It's a little sharp feeling, and then it kind of has that transition to maybe a little chalkiness in the rim right now. 400 plastic. That one surprised me. Feel a little bad about saying that, but we gotta be honest here. Next. Okay, this one might be an H1. No, not even close. Shadowfax. This is the other one from Kale Visca's lineup. So I'm stuck at 10 points right now. That's not good. But yeah, this is a 400 Shadowfax. This, I remember being not nearly as understable as the numbers would suggest. There's a video on this channel, Banana Froth, reviewing this disc. And it's more like a straights 9 speed with a little flip up. It's more, to me, it'd be like a -1.2, but they call it -2 1.5. Next, the disc. This is like a full lineup. Wow, this feels good. This feels really good. Whoa. Really, really good. Is this a D2? D3. Okay, maybe I like D3s. It's a 13 speed that feels like a 12 speed to me. The rim feels like it just grabs my hands very comfortably. This is in the 400 plastic. Wow. Yeah, I haven't even been guessing plastics, so I've not been confident in the disc itself. But this feels like really, really good. Like, I bet it'd go really far. All right, next disc. Feels like another driver. 500 plastics is going to be my guess. And D2? D2, baby! Thomas Gilbert, 500 plastic. Let's go. Yeah, it felt like a step up from the D3, but very close, so I guess D2. 13.6 -0.53. Thomas Gilbert, #1 ranked and rated disc golfer in Canada. That's really cool. So this is from a couple years ago, right when I think 2022, right when I started playing. No chalkiness on this one, but they do feel like I do feel like it wants to be chalky, but it's not. I might put some like isopropyl alcohol or something on it and just make them a little more comfortable for myself. But this is, yeah, I would still throw it as is, but I could just, I think, step that up a smidgen. Wow, okay, that's another 3-pointer. So 13 points. Wait, oh yeah, because I guess D2 on this one too. 13 points. All right. Jeez, this is a lot of discs. Whoa. This has to be ultra soft. That is so bendy. Is this a driver in the ultra soft? It feels like an 11 speed. Maybe it's just because I'm going to say D4 400 ultra soft. Oh, D1 500 ultra soft. Wow, it felt more understable than... Oh, actually, it does not look like it. Wow, that ultra soft played tricks on my mind. This thing looks like it's going to be crazy beef. Look at that. How aggressive that rim is. Holy cow. Okay, 12.504. That makes sense. 500 ultra soft. It feels kind of good. It doesn't feel as ultra soft as I expected the ultra soft to feel. It feels just like a good soft, like flexi plastic. Wow. All right. Like, I'd expect to be able to bend this in half, and it doesn't want to go. But it feels good. Okay. No points there. Still at 13. Oh. Pop top. Understable. 12 speed. 500 D4. That's a disc? I didn't even know this was a disc. I thought D4 was the max. This is a D6. What? 170 gram, 400 D6. 0 points. Oh, I guess 1 point because I got the D right. Wait, so that means I get other points for other ones. Okay, we're canceling that out. It's only 2 points for right disc, 3 points for everything being right. I can't guess the... Guessing whatever it is, that doesn't count. So we'll still get no points. This is crazy understable looking. This is like the opposite of that D1, which makes sense. But look at that disc. What in the world? This is nutty. So whoever has this box is going to have a lot of fun. Holy cow. Maybe I'll break this up into 2 boxes. Wow. Maybe I just take all these discs, break them up into 3 pretty similar boxes. Or we do a draft with all the discs. That might be where it goes. Oh, I looked at this one. D4. Would I have guessed that? Maybe I would have guessed D6 again because it feels pretty understable, but not as understable. And this is 400 plastic as well. Pretty different looking 400 plastics. Which, if it's a star variant, that makes sense. Or not star variant, but star similar. Because both of these could be like in the realm of star for an Innova. So that does make sense. But yeah, I think we might have to do a draft. Doing the 3 mystery boxes wouldn't quite work. And maybe I do a draft with you guys on a live stream. And you guys pick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That being said, I gotta switch. I gotta move this so that thing's not going crazy. All right, I'm still at 13 points, I think. And the next one, now we're getting into putt and approach territory. Is this just a mid-range, though? I could see this being an M3 or an A. It feels too chunky. Maybe A4? MX2. Okay, it is a mid-range. I didn't know about that. 5403. Not beaded. It's kind of like a gator if it was a little less aggressive and without a bead. Huh. That is interesting. Next disc. A5. Oh, distortion. I get those mixed up, dude. The A5 and the distortion are very similar to me. I imagine they're putting some distortions in these boxes over A5s because Kevin's not on the team anymore. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with these molds. This one, the reverb, the feedback. I know some other people like the feedback this year, though. I've seen that on Hebenheimer's story. And that might even be his signature disc for right now. So, interesting. But Kevin Jones, distortion. Missed that one. Still only on 13. Don't have that many discs left. Whoa. This has to be 400 Ultra Soft. And I think it's an A3. Yes! 400 Ultra Soft A3. Really cool looking one. All right. 16 points now. 162 grams. This is a little light as well. That's crazy. How many discs total are in here? 35, 40. So 13 discs a piece in 3 different boxes. Or 10 for 4 people. We might have to do that. That might have to be what it is. That'd be fun. I gotta find 3 other suckers who want to play disc golf with me. All right, next up. This one might be an A5. It's gotta be. Prototype 400 A5. That is so cool. All right, I got that one right. I'm getting spam calls. Okay, so that's 3, and this is 2, so that's 5 more points. So 18 points now with this A5. There's a lot of these nice approach discs. I hope we get an A2. And we did. This is an A2 for sure. In the 500 soft. Dang it. 400 soft A2. 2 points, not 3. So 17. Wow, this is cool. Is this max weight too? Yeah, this is 173. Whoa. That's going to feel so weird. This is the most interesting looking A2 I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, that is such an interesting disc. Holy cow. Okay. Next, another approach disc. A1. This is an A1. Bigger bead than the A2. It's in the 500 plastic. Let's go. I'm glad I'm getting these right. Okay, that's another 6 points. I think I'm getting close to my 25, but I've completely lost count. So I'm just going to say if I get 5 more points, then I win. Okay, this is a putter. And it's 400 ultra soft. Is this a PA3? PA5. Oh man. This 400 ultra soft makes these discs feel a little different, and this is going to be pretty understable. It's 3.4 -2 0.5 are the flight numbers. 175 grams. This is like a pure. That's what it reminds me of. I do like this double stamping here where they got 1 white and 1 black stamp. And then we have 4 discs left, it feels like. And this, what is this? I don't know the PA series very well at all. PA4? PA2 feels like a pure to me, and it's not that. Oh man, this could be P model something. I have no idea. I'm gonna guess PA4. Oh, perfect. I've never felt a PA4 before, but I felt all the other PAs, so I got that right. So 2 points out of my 5. 3.3 -1 1. This is interesting. This is interesting. This just looks like a block. Look at that. That is so weird. Okay. I'm interested to see how that flies. It kind of looks like a lid disc that you made into a disc golf disc rather than the other way around. But it feels kind of like a lid. Like glitch style, but as a 3-speed. Like if you, instead of like making it much rounder, you just kind of expanded out the glitch. That's kind of into a 3-speed. You just thickened it up. This is a glitch who's been bulking for the off season. A couple more discs. This one, PX3. Big bead. 500 plastic. Ooh, 400 plastic PX3. Still 1 point away. This is going to be a good, stable putter to throw. And now, ooh. Is this another PA4 in the 500 plastic? No, P Model S. Uh-oh. I'm 1 point away, and I think I'm only 1 disc away. But this looks like that 3502 disc again. Okay. And the last disc. Please be a PA3. It is a PA3. And if it's not, I'm going to be very sad. It could be a PA5, though. But I think it's a fractal PA3. It's a PA1! It is fractal, though. All right, well, I lose, I guess. I might have actually won, but I'm going to say that I lose because I said I needed 5 more points, and I didn't get them. This is crazy. Okay. Wow. A lot of goodies here. A lot. And if we're counting flashing, it's like 2 or 3 discs only and very minimal. Like what I expect of some new discs when you get them. Like if I get no flashing, it's like a big win. Most new discs come with like a little bit of something on one of the rims. And these, wow, I'm really excited to throw these. I was out shoveling snow before this came in here, and my hands are so dry. So that might actually be part of why some of these feel a little more uncomfortable. Just the more you rub your fingers on plastic, the drier they're gonna get. But I'm gonna need to figure out how to film with all these. I think we're gonna have to do that draft series. So there's not a lot of fairways in here. Oh, I got the F9. Forgot about that one. And the feedback. And the shadow packs. But no 7-speeds. No 7-speeds at all. Very interesting. They make them. I know that. Hey, let me know if you think this is a good idea. I'm organizing these up. I'm going to write down which mystery box they came in just in case I want to go back to the mystery boxes. But I think what I'm going to do is have 4 people. Everyone gets 10 discs. They can putt with their own putter unless they have a base plastic putter. And the way that it's going to work is that it'll be handicapped based on rating or perceived skill. One way of doing that. And whoever is the lowest rated person will get to pick 4 of their discs and at the same time first. And then the next person will get 3, and then the next 2, and then the next 1. And then it'll restart to the other person who gets 4 again, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. And then the last person gets their last 2 discs, and then 3, and then 2, and 1. And then the second person gets their last disc. Then that way, the lowest rated person there gets all 10 of their discs. They get to choose them much more likely, and the person who gets to pick last gets kind of stuck with the rest of the discs. That's kind of my thought process on how this could go. Let me know if you think that would be fun, but I think I'm excited for some more draft and battle and whatever videos. Some like maybe people get different budgets at a used disc store. I'm pumped. This is going to be a really good year for some of these things. Once the snow freaking goes away, I think it'll be a longer video. 18 holes, everybody, but I think it'd be fun. So hopefully you enjoy it. It'll be a different style for sure, but I think I'm going to try that out. Hopefully it does well. If it doesn't, then I'll know not to do it again. But I think the way that I'm conceptualizing it, I think you would really enjoy it. So thanks for watching. See you soon.